Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video, we will learn how to add background to our HTML elements. We can fill the background with a color, we can use images as a background, and we can use gradient as a background. We already know how to add color as a background, so let's try it quickly. Say this is the web page that we have. Let's give it a background color. Let's bring up our code editor here. So let's try giving a background color to this header. So this is the header element. We've already given it some styles. So let's give it a background color. Let's say hash A9, E5, E5. Let's save it. And as you can see, our web page has a light blue background color. Now let's say we want to add a background image to it. To specify a background as an image, we can use the background image property. So let's try that. So let's use the background image property. So to use a background image, we need an image first. So I've got some image here. So let's try this one. Coming back here. And to specify an image, we use this URL method and we pass our image location here. Let's save it. And as you can see, we've got this image in the background. So if I open the image here, so this is how the image is. But by default, it is being repeated to fill all the available space. Let's say we don't want to repeat it. For that, we can use another property called background repeat. So let's add that here. So background repeat, let's say no repeat. Let's save it. And as you can see here, now we can see only one image. It's not being repeated. Let's try changing the background image dimensions. For that, we have another property called background size. So let's try that. It accepts two values, a width and height separated by space. Let's say 200 pixels by 200 pixels. Let's save it. And as you can see, the image became smaller. Let's try giving it a value bigger than this div. So the height of div is 720 pixels. Let's try using a value, say 800 pixels by 800 pixels. Let's save it. And as you can see, the image is being cropped and it did not make the division scrollable. This is because the image is a background and not the content. Let's bring it back to original size. So let's just remove this. Let's save it. Right now, this background image is in the top left corner. Let's try moving it around. So for that, we have another property called background position. So here we can give values, say top. Let's save it. And as you can see, it moved to the center of the screen horizontal, but at the top. Then we've got left. Let's save it. And as you can see, it's in the center of the screen, but on the left-hand side. Similarly, let's try bottom. Let's save it. Again, it's in the center of the screen, but at the bottom. Similarly, let's try right. It is now on the right-hand side. And then we've got another value called center. And now, as you can see, the image is in the center of the division. Now, if we want to move it around, say to the top left corner, we could use a combination of these values. So we could do top left, let's save it. Similarly, let's say we want it in the bottom right. So we could do something like this. So bottom and right. Let's save it. And now, as you can see, it is on the bottom right corner of the division. Now say we want this image to be a full screen background. So for that, the background size property accepts two more values, contain and cover. So let's try these. Let's remove this. Let's add the background size property and let's say contain. Let's save it. And as you can see, it's taking the entire height, but not the width of the division. This is happening because the image is zoomed to fill the space without cropping any part of the image. So that's what this contain does. Now let's try the other value, which was cover. Let's save it. And now, as you can see, the image is zoomed to fill all the space. This image looks a bit grainy because it is of a low resolution. Let's try using image with a higher resolution. So I've got another image here. let's replace this value. So instead of this one, let's paste the new value. Let's save it. And this looks much better. That's all for today, guys. If there's something that you did not understand, feel free to drop a comment and we will discuss it. See you in the next video. Bye and take care.